didn't think he would yet.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure. Not the red phone. I'm not thinking that. Just won't touch it. It's, I don't think that'll be too contentious.
Well, I remember saying they have to like
Good evening. I'd like to call the Tuesday, August 26th, 2014 meeting to order. Would everyone please stand with me and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll start with roll call on my left.
Limer here.
Nader here.
Kimsey here.
Barber here. Gilmore here.
Quorum is present. Move into the consent agenda. All matters listed within the consent agenda have been distributed to each member of the Planning Commission for study. These items are considered to be routine and will be enacted upon by one motion with no separate discussion. If separate discussion is desired on an item from either the Planning Commission or from the floor, that item may be removed from the consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda. Are there any items any members of the commission would like to have removed from the consent agenda? Are there any items any member of the public would like to have removed from the consent agenda? Seeing none, can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
We have a motion made by Barber with a second by Kimsey to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with all in favor to approve the consent agenda. New business. Item number 1, SP-14-03, Site Plan for Gardner Edgerton School District Maintenance Facility. Consider a revised site plan to allow for the addition of a proposed 2,100 square foot salt and sand storage structure located at 19400 South Gardner Road. We have a presentation from staff this evening.
Good evening, Commissioners. Travis Holst, planner. We have before you new business item number 1, as stated for a revised site plan at the Gardner Edgerton School District Maintenance Facility. The existing conditions of the site, just to point out a number of things, as much of the site is already improved. It was most recently approved as a site plan for improvements in 2005 by the Planning Commission. The overall site is a 25, almost 26 acre development, which includes both public schools and district facilities. The current zoning designation, as noted and highlighted in green there, is agricultural use, and to the north is our commercial, or one of our commercial district designations. Highlighted here in the southern portion of the area is the Nike Elementary School, as well as the alternative education building and parking areas. And highlighted in gold there is the portion of the site that will be in consideration for this evening. The proposed project would be to add a 2,100 square foot salt and sand storage facility, the purpose of which would be for the use of maintaining and treating roadways and other facilities throughout the district of Gardner-Edgerton area. The site that we have highlighted here in the portion of the site plan is specific to the area that the building would be located. Highlighted there is the facility to be added to the existing parking area. In order to do that, they would remove 5 parking stalls and create the structure off to the side in that southwest portion of the site. The applicant has also proposed to provide landscaping as screening elements surrounding the building. This will be helpful in meeting some of the requirements for the screening of facilities and of structures in this nature. It is helpful to point out as well the location of the proposed structure will be off to the site to where it won't be visible for all intents and purposes from the public right-of-way. It's going to be, as you can tell, behind the main district storage facility there noted as Building A. So in general, there's not a lot of concern for any sort of screening outside of the already proposed landscaping. Staff feels that is adequate for what the intent of the design standards require for this type of a use. To the northwest corner there, you'll notice a detention area. This is important specific to the city of Gardner, as we've recently been classified as a Phase 2 National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System. Essentially what that means is that we are required as a city to put in place additional measurements, precautions to make sure to protect our storm water systems. With this detention area being located somewhat in proximity to this site, it has been the recommendation of staff and of the Public Works Department, who is in charge of ensuring that our facilities and stormwater systems are protected, that during any winter events, the area around the proposed structure be cleaned and swept up appropriately to remove any salt or sand debris and material that might be left there, so as to prevent any major concern from it leaching into the detention areas or nearby properties. Here are the proposed elevations for the facility. This is very similar to the structure that's currently located at the Kansas Department of Transportation site here within the city off of US 56, nearby the intersection there with I-35 interchange. Essentially, it's going to be comprised of concrete walls exposed above the ground and with a covered area of white fabric canopy with some gray trim. And this is more what something would look like, similar to what is being proposed. The design standards require that a color selection be provided, as the applicant has proposed the concrete walls to be painted. To what extent is unknown by staff at this time, but the design standards would require that color selection be provided to staff for review to ensure that it is compatible with the site, its overall compatibility with the existing improvements, other facilities that are located within that 26-acre development of the school and district facilities. The parking area is, as stated earlier, will be to remove 5 parking stalls currently there. This overall site is going to be used for storage and parking of buses, as well as the employees who operate those buses, so their personal vehicles. It's not used by any visitors students, faculty, and any other staff that may require parking. There's certainly adequate parking on other portions of the site. As a revised site plan, with the addition of the building, our zoning ordinance does suggest that schools shall provide parking spaces set by the Planning Commission after the study of the individual situation. However, due to the nature of the proposed use, they will be utilizing equipment already stored in the maintenance shop. They're highlighted as Building A, so it will not require any additional parking areas. The current parking has been determined to exceed the minimum parking requirements. The staff does not feel that that is a concern for the overall usability and functionality of the site. It's staff recommendation that the Planning Commission approve the site plan for the Gardner-Edgerton School District Maintenance Facility, site plan application 14-3, located at 19400 South Gardner Road, subject to the following conditions. As stated previously, the applicant shall provide a color selection to be used for the walls of the proposed structure to the Community Development Department staff for review.